Hi, everybody. Tuesday, August 8th, 2006. Sunny and bright and cool today. Nice day, isn't it?
Yes, a little cool for me.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, I get nervous when it dips below 80.
But boy, it's been a hot summer, but it's so nice today and tomorrow, more of the same.
Mm-hmm. So how was your day off? I noticed that you're still limping, and I'm very concerned.
Yeah, you know, I cannot shake this this hamstring injury.
But it seems like it's getting worse, like you're getting tighter.
Well, you know, it seems that way, yeah. I was just talking to one of our guests, Hulk Hogan, who says you gotta stretch.
I believe what he said was, "You've got to stretch, brother." What he said.
Yeah. So I don't do enough of that because it hurts even more when you stretch. But I'm going to start. I'm going to start taking care of it.
Yeah.
Gas prices are up. You know, they're over $4 in Chicago.
I know.
Over $4, yeah.
It's shocking.
That big oil field up in Alaska got shut down, so that's the problem.
It's devastating.
So anyway, you know, I'm out in Los Angeles, and I'm doing the talent show.
Yes.
And funny things are bothering me now that never bothered me before, but...
Having a co-host.
No, as a matter of fact...
You missed it. You were clapping. Say it again.
That's always bothered him.
No, I miss it. I miss it a lot. So I wore this light-colored suit. Mm-hmm. And then after the show, I said to myself, my gosh, did I wear the right thing? You know, it's getting silly. I never used to worry about what I wore, but this light-colored suit, I mean, it's a network show. It's
right.
Prime time.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's watching.
Right.
You're Regis Philbin.
There you go. So I wondered, you know, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? Light-colored suit. Anyway, I kind of forgot about it. And the next morning, I had a breakfast date with a friend of mine, Rob Morheim, who works over at NBC. And we decided to go to a deli in Beverly Hills.
Sure.
Now, the closest thing to a New York deli in Beverly Hills is one that's been there for years, Nate and Al's.
Yeah, of course. Even I know Nate and Al.
Sure. And it's a good deli, but it's always crowded. But nevertheless, for the last 9 years, and I mean every morning for the last 9 years, sitting in the #1 booth is Larry King.
No kidding.
Larry King.
Every day.
Every day with 2 cohorts. Regis. Larry. So I go over to him.
This is sparkling conversation.
And the first thing Larry King says to me after he says hello, it says Regis, and I said Larry, he says, the suit was too light. I didn't even ask him.
Yes!
Larry King, who has 120 pairs of suspenders, and that's it. No jackets.
Red
the man doesn't have a jacket.
Right.
All
What does he know from
What
suits?
does he know from suits? Suit was too light. Drives me crazy.
I'm sure you're mistaken.
What?
What color was the suit?
Well, you see Art Moore's bright colored thing there?
No, I don't believe that you wore green seersucker.
Reg, I saw that suit and you wore a light tie. I thought it looked good.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I thought it looked good.
Gilman with a compliment? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is that my hamstrings?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you liked it. Larry thought it was too light.
Larry doesn't own a suit jacket. He had jacket envy. Don't even pay attention.
On the way out, you know, we had to stand there and wait for a booth. This place is...
Sure. Even you.
Even me.
Even you, a powerhouse in the entertainment industry, had to wait for a
And
booth.
they've got a tough hostess there.
Sure.
A blonde lady, Miriam, I think her name is, and boy, she doesn't take anything from anybody because people, you know, want to sit down for breakfast.
And people say things like, do you know who I am, and all that
No,
stuff.
I didn't say that, no.
You didn't give her the old,
No.
do you know who I am?
But on
Did
the-
you give her the old, Regis is standing?
On the way out, Larry King says to her, and I could hear him, he tried to smother it, but you know that voice carries to the next block. Give my booth to Regis. So, I'm waiting, they clean up the booth, and she didn't listen to Larry King. She looked at the list and she took the next name on the list.
Way to
How
go.
dare her
Yes,
do that?
way to
Yes,
go.
that's right. Like she treated everyone the same, you mean?
That's right. I don't
She
like
treated
that.
everyone like they were equal.
Yes! Oh boy. Anyway, it's always a lot of fun. I read in the Variety today that NBC is thinking about making the Today Show 4 hours long.
Wow. It'll be called the All Day Show.
I know. It's like putting on a telethon every day.
Yes.
I mean, you think they'd learned their lesson after they went to 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be from 7 to 11, I guess. I mean, if this goes through, they're just thinking about it. But who knows? It could happen.
Wow. And so, I guess they'll have teams of anchors that switch off?
I
or
guess.
Will they have the same people? Will Matt Lauer ever get to go home?
No,
That's
Matt
what
Lauer
I'm
does
asking.
not go home. He has breakfast and lunch.
Because I worry about poor Matt.
know.
Matt needs to go home, too,
I
once
do
in a while.
too. Hey, you know who was in town?
Who?
One of my dearest, closest friends, Jack Nicholson.
No.
Yeah, there he was.
And did you get to see him? Are those his kids?
Those are his kids. I
They're
met them.
so cute.
Beautiful kids, aren't they? Look at that
Yeah.
big smile.
And look at this, his shirt kind of resembles Jack.
No, it doesn't.
No, I
Jack-
mean with the sunglasses.
Yeah. No, I was out of town, and Jack was in New York, and I was out there.
So you were like two ships crossing the
Yeah,
night.
Jack called my apartment about 4 times. Not there,
Did he stop
Jack.
by to see Joy? Maybe?
Anyway, what's new with you? Did you have a nice weekend in your Hamptons?
I had a lovely weekend, and we saw our friends off yesterday at the airport. You know, our friends from
How
England
long
left,
did
and
they stay?
They were here for 2 weeks. It was like a regular.
2 weeks? They've taken over your home.
Yes.
In the Hamptons for
Yeah,
2
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Now, I know
Yes.
you're smiling, but in your heart, you
No,
know.
they were great.
You
They
know
were-
that's too long.
They were great.
Way
house
too
guests.
long.
No, they were so good.
Oh,
they were
please.
so great. They really
Did they
were.
break anything?
Not that we found yet.
Oh, well. That's coming, believe me.
No, I don't think they broke a single thing. They're really a lot.
So when you came back into
Yeah.
the city, they just stayed there.
They did. They just stayed there. They stayed out on holiday, as they call it. Holiday. We kept making the children because there's something about the English accent that is just so appealing.
Oh, I know.
Especially when it's a child talking. They immediately sound just so much smarter than everyone else. And they brought us gifts from Buckingham Palace. And I said, "Oh, this is so lovely. Where did you get this?" And little Ellie said, "I got it from Her Majesty the Queen's Palace. Her Majesty the Queen's Palace."
And what did she give you?
I don't know. It's a book on the Queen's Palace. But I was so excited, you know, because just listen. And I was like, "I'm sorry, where did you get this book again?" "Her Majesty the Queen's Palace." And then we were talking for whatever reason about the Grinch. And she was saying that the Grinch is a bit green and crinkly. And so we made her say that every 3 seconds. We're like, "I'm sorry, would you describe the Grinch again?" "He's a bit green and crinkly."
You're absolutely right about the British accent.
Yes.
It gives them almost, you know, a sense of all-knowing.
Yes.
So smart, and the words just flow. And I'm surrounded by the British out there because they're producing this show.
Yes.
And so when I say, "Now what are we going to do about this?" He says, "Well, all right, mate. Here's what we do. We
Right.
can move that."
Right.
I don't know what he said, but it sure sounds good.
Listen to this. I made the girls a frozen waffles, and I said, "How were your waffles?" And Ray said, "Oh, it was lovely, lovely." A frozen
What do your
waffle.
kids say when the mommy serves them
What's
waffles?
so funny is I kept making them say that the Grinch was green and crinkly, Grinch green and crinkly, and I was like, how's the Grinch again? And Lola was like, green and crinkly. I'm like, shh.
You want to hear the way it should
I
be
want to hear
said.
green and crinkly. Can you say green and crinkly? But Lola, you know, hung out with the girls so much that she started saying things like she was ready for her bath. And she, you know, so now Lola's developed a quasi English accent, and I say, can a British boarding school be far behind?
Yes.
I just like the way it sounds so much, you know.
And then you could get the little guy with the raspy voice to say,
Red rum. He'll be like Ichabod
"Green
Crane.
and crinkly."
The Grinch is a bit green and crinkly.
Well, Don Rickles is in town.
No kidding.
Yes, and Gelman and I are going down to visit him later today. Every time Don comes to town, not every time, but
You and Gelman go
how many
together.
years has it been, Gelman, since our first interview with him? About 12 or something like that.
Oh, you're going to interview him
Yes.
today.
Yes.
Oh,
we
wow.
we usually meet him at the Waldorf Astoria
Now,
Hotel.
is this for the primetime special?
So I think it was about 12, maybe more years ago, and then maybe 6 years ago. And every 6 years or so, we visit Don. He's in town in a double header with Tony Danza at,
Oh, wow.
out of Westbury.
No kidding.
Yeah, they opened Sunday night.
And are they friends too? Like
well, yeah,
the two of
Tony
you are friends?
Tony and.
So you've sort of taken the young Danza in as your...
No, not all the way. No. There's Don and me, and then once in a while, Tony. Over there, Tony, please.
Right.
Just kidding, of course. But Tony and Don are doing a terrific double bill at Westbury.
Great.
They opened Sunday night, and then they have 2 nights off, and now they go back Wednesday night on Long Island.
Terrific.
It's a great
that's
double
great.
bill.
Oh, I'm excited that you're going to interview
Tony
him.
Danza back in New York, and
Yeah,
Don
great.
Rickles.
He's a bit green and crinkly.
She said one more time, Jack the Ripper's going to come out. Okay. Now, what are we going to do about Mayor Bloomberg?
Well, first we're going to learn his name, and then...
You know,
What happened to
he's
him?
a terrific mayor, and he's one of the wealthiest guys here in New York City.
He sure
He really is. He's a brilliant guy. But we're all concerned about the way the mayor's been dressing lately. Now, he looks great in a suit. But he went up to the Sun Valley, you know, this big media conference that they have every year where all the heads of the media companies go. And,
Sure.
and so he went. And now they're analyzing what he wore. His shorts are a little too short. They are over the knee. And the socks are unmentionable. I mean, you know, the socks barely cover the ankle. So,
Those seem to be running socks he's wearing.
well, I don't
with
know.
his
I've never seen
loafers.
socks that low before.
Those are running socks, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Heads.
Should we chip in and
Pants.
buy the mayor a pair of sweat socks?
Those are the socks
think-
you wear when you're trying a shoe on.
Yeah,
as
they
a matter of
probably
fact.
want him to wear them without socks, Ridge. The
Yeah,
loafers
well, that's
without
right. They want him to wear it without socks, and they want the pants to be a little lower over the knee.
But perhaps, perhaps he doesn't like the feeling of sweaty feet in the shoe.
Right.
The sock absorbs the sweat.
What's that? What do you mean, the sock?
The sock
Yeah, absorbs the sweat.
absorbs
Right.
the sweat.
That's why you
they
wear
would
socks.
prefer that he would wear it style-wise without.
You know what we should do? We should put the mayor in touch with Larry King.
Fashion.
Socks are too low. The shorts are too short. The suit was too light. All right. Say it again.
It was a bit green and crinkly.
I know you like a
Say
book.
it all week.
You know, there's a German scientist who's been testing an anti-stupidity pill. The pill thwarts hyperactivity in certain brain cells, helping to stabilize short-term memory and improve attentiveness.
What?
That's what I thought. So you guys have started the 80s week?
Yeah.
Oh my
yes.
gosh, how awesome was Jody Watley yesterday? Oh. Yeah. I'm looking for a new love. Call me Jody. If you need a backup singer. Yeah.
Okay. And today, we've got Eddie Money.
Yeah.
Look what I have. This is from the Cleveland Ed Heads, and they're huge Eddie Money fans, and they bring these Ed Heads to his concert. So I guess the thought is when he performs, he wants to look back at himself.
I love the way his hair comes to a point up here.
The pointy hair. Anyway, so I figured when he performed, I would make him feel at home and hold this up. I should get one of these for you.
Yes.
As a matter of
They're
fact.
cute, aren't they? Where did that all start with the heads?
Well, they've been doing it for a while, but we used to have those of you, Regis, remember?
Yeah.
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 You may still have them in the prop room.
We had Regis head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
lots of
Regis
them.
heads.
Hundreds.
And can I ask why? Why did we have them? Was it a special?
Oh, it's because we used to have fun around here.
Well, it's a good thing we stopped that.
Now, what's
Speaking
this
of fun-
tape? I know you and I made this tape, and we gritted our teeth through it, although you kind of loved it because...
Well, because I get into character, and you the whole time go, Gelman, I don't understand. Why am I dressed like this? And I am like, I embody who I am.
Homage tape.
Right.
Gelman has to have a production tape to bring in live in the 80s week, and I guess you played... Did you play it yesterday?
We played a bit of it last week.
Last week, okay.
We do these things when you're not here, because we like to have fun when you're gone.
So I didn't see it, so we're going to play it again, okay? Here it is, our homage to the 80s.
I really did miss my opportunity to star.
Oh, you got her.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Just like him.
You know what time it is? It's Hammer time, yeah! You can't touch this! You can't do this!
Even more embarrassing than I thought it would be.
I think I speak for all of us when I say, wow, I have never seen MC Hammer do the Charleston.
Can't do that. Yeah, that came out to be the Charleston. I was only 60 years off, right? But that was not a little skirt I was wearing. Those were...
No, those are MC Hammer. I believe they're called MC Hammer pants. I've never seen anyone but MC Hammer wear them. And perhaps the
Those were hot for a while.
Oh, really? Were they?
Yeah,
I
in the
never owned a
80s,
pair,
yeah.
so.
Well, I understand that you showed some pictures of yourself in the 80s, you know, the big
Yes.
bouffant hair and all that.
Yes, sure.
Well, now, Gilman, I think this goes back before the 80s.
We just pulled them from your file.
Yeah, I think this is more 70s, Regis, right?
You're better now.
Here's the first interview with Henry Winkler that I did in Hollywood. The first interview Henry did when he had that big hit series over there on ABC.
Oh, I love Henry so much.
And finally, yeah.
That was from the 80s.
Yeah, that's from the
Yeah.
80s. That's Regis.
That's you. We were doing an old lady
So what you're
skit.
saying is you were dressing up like me long before I got here? Is that what you're saying?
So today, Eddie Murray.
Money.
Money comes.
Yeah.
And Hulk Hogan is on the show,
Yes.
too. One of the big names from the 80s, the Hulkster.
On the new movie Pulse, Christina Milian will also be here today. Very
Yeah, she's cute, isn't she?
Oh, she is adorable.
This is a scary movie, this Pulse movie.
It is so scary.
Have you seen it?
It is so scary. I have not seen it because the trailer scares me, and I have to turn off the television when I see the trailer because when that person's body pops out of the dryer, I get very afraid. Because, you know, I do the laundry in my house, and every time I open the dryer now, I'm like... and then nothing is there.
Okay, so is it time to do the go-go thing?
Yes,
What do
it
you
is.
think? Should we
I'm
do it?
ready,
Let's
yeah.
go. Could that be the Hulkster? I don't know. We'll find out in just a few minutes.
It's Jean Bolea from Augusta, Georgia.
Okay, Jean Bolea. Yeah.
Is that the Hulk's real name?
On the phone right now is Albert Holcomb from Crossville, Tennessee. Albert, how are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, Regis.
And say good morning to Kelly.
Good morning, Kelly.
All right. Otherwise,
Albert.
there's
I
a lot
couldn't
of...
forget her.
My gosh, Albert's got quite a family back there.
And good morning to Gilman.
Yes, of course. That you don't have to worry about. But anyway, Crossville, Tennessee, small town, Albert?
Yes, small town, about 65 miles west of Knoxville.
Yeah, sounds like you populated half the town.
Mine's scattered all over.
Yeah, 14 grandkids and 6 great-grandchildren.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, are you retired now?
Oh, yes, I've been retired since 85.
Hey, the 80s.
21 years ago. So now, how do you spend your days in Crossville?
Watching you.
Well, after us.
And then what?
Albert, do you go down to the country store there and sit outside on a little bench and whittle?
No, I don't do all that stuff. I go out on my front porch once in a while.
There you go. You got a little rocking chair out there on the front porch?
Well, nothing's going on.
No. No, I just said, do you have a rocking chair on the front porch?
No, I left that in Sevierville.
Oh.
Do you have any chair at all?
Well, I've got a nice lounge chair.
There you go. That's
Beautiful.
good.
You can lounge.
So right after the show, I guess you'll go out there and stretch out and lounge.
Well, probably that or going on the computer.
Albert, get off that
Go to your
computer.
website.
All right, Albert, go spin the wheel. About sending Albert to St. Croix. Huh?
Albert, how do you feel about the St. Croix?
I love it.
Great. Well, it's the Buccaneer. 8 days, 7 nights, all inclusive. Round trip airfare courtesy of Delta Airlines. It's a prize valued at $6,000. You have 20 seconds and only one gas. Good luck.
Albert in St. Croix. Albert becomes a pirate.
Yes.
Albert, here we go. Yesterday's show, we talked with the singer Jody Watley. On what long-running 1970s dance show did we say Jody appeared? It's a long-running 1970s dance show. Very popular. 70s. She was like had a running role on that.
The Dirty Dancing?
Albert, that's a number in a movie. No, it's Soul Train. Remember Soul Train?
Remember Soul Train?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, there's another prize for Albert.
I feel I won anyway.
Yeah, no, wait a minute, Albert. You get something else, doesn't
Albert,
he?
you do. You get a prize, okay? You and a lucky member of our studio audience will each receive 9 pieces of America's finest cookware from All Clad worth more than $500. Do you cook? I say, do you cook?
Sure. I cook water.
He cooks water.
You can cook water with that cookware.
Yeah.
Water is its specialty. Now you have to pick a number between 1 and 142.
Let's go with 146. Nobody else ever picked that.
No. Albert, in between 1 and 142.
147. Albert.
142?
No, Albert, you got to pick a number between 1 and 142.
142.
142.
And nobody's here.
You're so two-faced.
All right, Albert, have a good time with that cookware. And coming up next, the Hulkster himself, Hulk Hogan.